The so-called breadflation debate, ignited by YouTuber Suka has gripped Korean society. Suka, an economics commentator with 3.6 million subscribers, launched a pop-up store selling salt bread for $991. Small business owners pushed back strongly, rejecting accusations of profiteering. As criticism grew, Suka suspended the venture and later clarified that he aimed to highlight structural problems with bread prices, not to target or disparage independent bakery operators struggling in difficult conditions. In fact, Korea's bread prices rank among the highest around the world. The average price for 500 of sliced bread in South Korea is $3.06, placing it 8th out of 124 countries worldwide. Only Iceland, Switzerland, the United States, Denmark, Norway, Luxembourg, and Costa Rica have higher bread prices than Korea, making it the most expensive in Asia. Multiple complex factors contribute to Korea's high bread prices. Labor costs account for 28.7% of manufacturing costs in the Korean baking industry, nearly 4 times the food manufacturing sector average of 8.1%. In addition, among the costs comprising the price of a single loaf, selling and administrative expenses make up the largest share at 42.4%, while ingredient costs are only 31.6%. In other words, nearly half of the bread price goes toward advertising, rent, and marketing costs, not ingredients. The increase in labor and overhead costs is intertwined with the market's oligopolistic structure. A few large corporate franchises have taken over Korea's baking market. Oligopoly refers to a market structure where a small number of companies dominate the majority of the market, limiting competition and allowing them to control prices arbitrarily. Even in the mass-produced bread market produced in factories, SPC, Samlip accounts for 80% of sales revenue. South Korea imports more than 99% of its wheat, the essential basis of bread. Yet a deeper concern remains. The nation's flour industry is also structured oligopolistically, concentrating market power among a few dominant suppliers. This creates a system where bread prices are directly affected by fluctuations in exchange rates and international grain prices. The challenges such as oligopolies in ingredients, dominant franchises, rising overheads, and limited competition are unlikely to be resolved soon. Suka's pop-up highlights not only that bread can be produced cheaply, but also the complexity and rigidity of South Korea's current bread pricing system.